like, I don't even know what happened. Like, I know what happened, but I'm like,
So,
what
right.
is going on here?
Yeah.
Like, literally,
Yeah.
that's when you arrest someone.
Won't catch me slipping if I'm actually thinking you're acting different. Manic, spitting sounds of manic depressant. Going through.
Yeah.
Like she said, like, you know, she wanted to protect the black man. I'm like,
Yeah.
he shot you.
Yeah.
He shot you.
Yeah.
That you don't need to protect someone that shot you.
Yeah. And listen,
Like literally, that's the job of the police.
Correct.
To lock up people who are shooting people.
Yeah. No,
right?
listen, I get her. If what she said was true, I respect that energy. I respect her. I respect her in the heat of the moment. Be like, because here's the truth. She just came out of that car where there's a gun. Maybe she doesn't even know if that gun is illegal. She doesn't know if there's drugs in the car. There's a whole lot of things that could have went left. So even for her own self-preservation, I think too, there might be some of that involved there. Like, it's not just Tory, it's to protect everybody there. You know what I mean? And I respect the shit out of that energy. It doesn't really matter, you know, be quantifying it that way. But for Tory to go to do that, and I did a whole podcast on Tory and Meghan. I did a whole thing about that when I did it alone the one time, about how short he is. And, you know, we could talk about this. Now we're done with Vlad. You know what I mean? We're done with Vlad. For him to, like, it's clown shit. Like, this is as bad as Tekashi to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now, I know I like the Joe Budden podcast says this is worse. And it's arguable. I think they're both equally terrible things. You know what I mean? I think they're both equally shitty things. You know what I mean? Because Tekashi took away people's freedom. You know what I mean? For mad years. Took away multiple people's freedom for mad years. You know what I mean? They're both equally terrible. For this to happen, I mean, like, it's pretty ludicrous. And then for him to, he never apologizes. He apologized to her in a text message.
Well, he's denying it.
Not only is he denying, but he apologized to her directly in a text message. Then now is denying it and releases an album like it's a promotional thing. Like, he shot her for promotion. You know what I mean? Like, this is one of the worst fucking things I think that's probably ever happened in hip hop. It's up there as one of the worst things that's ever happened in hip hop. You know what I mean? In my opinion.
Oh yeah. But the thing is, like, and we're just hearing like what from like hearsay, right?
Yeah.
Right, because she said, you know, I think she told her she lied, right, to the cops. She said it was glass.
Yeah.
And they said it looks like bullet fragments or whatever in her leg. But then they said like a couple, you know, days later she's like dancing, whatever. So I mean, I don't know if it was like a ricochet. I'm like, what kind of people, you know, how can you get shot in your foot and just be like, cool? It's a weird situation. And that whole dynamic is weird. And she, you know, she protected him. And now he's doing all this like backstabbing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's just it's a wild situation, and he's still gonna be making music.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Megan's still making music. She said he shot her.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know how that works, right? Because couldn't the police say like she perjured herself? You know, I guess they don't care. They're like,
yeah. I don't even know if you get if it's perjure to.
Because she said she didn't get shot.
But see, because this is what I think actually happened. Did you see the latest update that came out like yesterday, 2 days ago? They said there was a source that said that she got out the car. And Tory told her to dance and shot at her feet. Now, who the fuck knows if that's true? Because that sounds cartoonish as fuck.
I did hear that, yeah.
But what I think happened is she's walking away from the car. I think he shoots at the ground. And those fragments or gravel from the ground is what hits her foot. So she didn't lie. I don't think she was shot, but I think she was shot at. And that doesn't make it better. Let's be fucking clear.
Yeah, I think she knew that it was a mistake.
Yeah.
That's
correct.
why she didn't want him to do time.
Well, maybe not a mistake, but
Yeah, mistake. Like,
No,
I don't
that's
think.
not a mistake. That's not a fucking mistake. Listen, I think she's probably been abused in her life before, and she, in a weird way, like defended her abuser. That's not a mistake. She got shot at. Tory
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Lane,
yeah, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Tory Lane's arms is this, can't possibly hold the gun that steady, and you're gonna feel so confident he's gonna shoot at my feet and I'm not finna get hit. You see what I'm saying? So I think she probably got hit by some fragments or from
Well, that's what I'm saying. I
the
mean, that's
ground.
what
Yeah,
makes sense. That
yeah,
if he
yeah,
was shooting, playing around or whatever, or even if he was mad and was trying to like
yeah.
intimidate, like I don't like. It just seems like if he's close, like he ain't gonna. You're gonna be able to shoot the person.
Correct.
I don't think he meant to shoot her. And maybe he did, and maybe he aimed for her foot and
Yeah.
was trying to. But either way, my man was wilding, and like his whole thing. He's been like kind of like a wilding dude lately.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. Basically, it's a confusing thing. All I know is she got hurt. He had a gun. She didn't tell on him, and that's it. But then everyone's like, oh, that's the way. Because people were bringing up like, oh, look, she didn't even snitch on him, but Tekashi snitched. I'm like, it's different though. It's a different thing. She had all the right to snitch because it's not even snitching. It's like you got assaulted.
Correct.
And you didn't say nothing.
Correct. And,
right?
and to be clear, snitching, because then they try to say she snitched when she said it. They were asking her for to admit it, and then she admitted it, and then they said she snitched. And it's like, no, this is not snitching. Snitching would be if she shot at Tory, and then Tory shot at her, and then she went and told the cops. You feel me? That is snitching. This is not
She was
snitching.
assaulted. She was a victim.
Correct. She was assaulted. She was a victim. Correct. And by no accounts is she some street person. Like, she's not, she's not with the shits necessarily. Not that we know of. So she's not a snitch. She's just a regular civilian.
And what's crazy is, at the end of the day, and this is something that, the culture has to change. And we're not, like, it's all this gunplay, all, like think about it, man. How many, we've lost rappers to, like, gun violence within the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Like, when was it, like, you don't hear the dude from Third Eye Blind getting, like, rocked. You know what I mean? Like, he's, like...
They're also not from these neighborhoods, though, to be specific.
Exactly. But the thing is, and some of them, I don't know what neighborhoods they came, but it's that it's the... Come on, we know. It's the culture. When you're rich, bro, you don't have to go back there. There's no need to go back there.
I think there's a lot about that is like sociological that ends up bringing these people back to those neighborhoods. You know what I mean? That I don't think we can fully understand. Almost like when people become institutionalized.
Yeah.
Prison, and then they
definitely
go back, and I think that happens too in a lot of neighborhoods where it's like this is their comfort zone. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it ends up being their grave in a lot of cases. But
I think that, and that's the thing. And
well,
also,
I mean, Pop Smoke, that wasn't the case with Pop Smoke.
They went in his house.
Yeah, he was in the suburbs though. He had moved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what happens is on your way up, that's the culture. That you're surrounded by, and sometimes it's the people that you're with.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
You got all these people. They got enemies. Now their enemies are your enemies.
Correct.
I mean, think about it. We're still talking about like shooting people.
Yeah.
We literally thought that was awesome.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Well, I mean, because it is in movies, and to be clear, a lot of these people don't live these lives.
No.
You know what I mean? They talk this shit, but they don't live it. Like guys and then the guys that did live it, they end up losing their life.
Yeah. No, and here's the thing, just to tie back to Vlad, right? Okay, Vlad did that, but then there was a period where Vlad is also a journalist who's trying to create content that people want to watch.
Yeah.
So like he's always trying to get people to say like get their take on certain things.
Yeah.
There was like a year where he asked everybody about Slim Jesus.
Oh yeah. I remember.
He'd be like, so Slim Jesus, right? He would ask,
Yeah.
but dude, he has some good interviews. There's this interview, and I don't even know the dude's name, and I don't know, like, I have to tag you in it. Like, this guy apparently worked with Michael Jackson. He was like
I know
old.
exactly who you're talking about. He's the one who
Did you
said that
hear?
his kids were with Michael and they never got molested, right? He said.
It might have been. Was he like
He was
in a
sitting
gold
like he
throne?
was almost sitting in a pimp chair, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, he looks like a
Did you
pimp.
hear? Did you hear his story about when Michael smacked the monkey?
Yes, I did. I did. Yeah. No,
The noise he made.
Man, what was that dude's name?
He said that the monkey. I forgot what the monkey's name was, like Cookie or something like that. And he said that he made the noise of the monkey, and he said Michael just slapped it.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah.
But I mean, those are gems, man. Those are gems.
For sure. I mean, we always talk about the Fat Joe. I stab somebody in this hallway right now if he told me to suck his dick.
Yeah. No,
I mean?
dude, it's so good.
And all the Boosie interviews. But anyway, that's not the point. We moved on from Vlad.
Yeah.
Tory, cancel Tory. I'm not with that. Also, I saw like somebody. I literally blocked this person on Twitter because I was just so disgusted by this thought. He's like everybody, Tory Lanez, everybody trying to come for Tory Lanez, and they don't even realize he just went independent, support good music. And I was like, shut your dumb ass up, man. Fuck his independence. Fuck his music right now. Until I have actual documented proof that says that what we believe happened did not happen, he should be canceled, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is how a cancellation should actually work. Is you need to provide evidence that you did not do this, okay? And if you can provide that evidence, then you're good. Because there really isn't no acceptable reason for him to have done it. Yeah. Again, unless Meghan had threatened him in a way that he was gonna be like, in imminent danger. Yeah, that's how a cancellation should actually work. In my opinion, right? Because what I get that we're quick to cancel people without knowing all the facts, and then you can never retract the cancellation. Once the first wave is out there, it's too late.
Yeah, and it's weird because I don't actively cancel people. I just go like, I'm not gonna listen to them.
That's what I mean, really.
Or you know what? The thing is with me, if the music's, and this is wrong. I don't know. I can't if the music slaps, I'm gonna be, oh man, that's a good song.
Yeah. No, listen, man.
I could separate. A lot of times I think I could separate the art from the person. Yeah. But I mean, even here's the thing. Even if when you go number one on iTunes. Nowadays, that really doesn't mean anything. It's not that hard. It's not that hard because people don't really move units like that, and you could buy those and stuff like that. So I mean, really, it matters what you're doing. As far as sales, altogether streaming. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But see, the thing is, you know what bothers me a little bit about this? Because I think a lot of people were starting to plant a flag. Like even the Button podcast they planted a flag about Tekashi, where they were like, but you see people, they're not going to support that behavior. But in reality, the music was trash. I didn't listen to it, but the song he came out with was trash. That shit was garbage. Like that music.
His single for the album was not good.
It was garbage. That's why he didn't sell units. Tory comes out with an album, and the music is apparently good. I heard a snippet of one of the songs. And I know Tory is, but the thing is, Tory is actually talented as shit. You know what I mean? He is like Drake turned up a little bit in terms of singing and shit like that. Like he's a super talented dude. So yeah, of course because no one actually gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Like we're just keeping it real. No one actually gives a fuck. I can't listen to him. I had him on a bunch of playlists, and when the song comes on, I cringe. And I'm like, I can't listen to this now. Like I feel uncomfortable listening to this shit. So I'm gonna have to move on now from your fucking music, because
and the thing is what a Tekashi I think essentially has been canceled by a majority of hip hop, but I think he can pivot. He could pivot in that alternative grunge, like that rock. Because the thing is, before he got big here, he was big in Europe.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so like he was starting to make moves, you know, and I remember seeing some of his stuff. Like I was like, who is that dude?
Yeah.
And he was doing shows in Europe before he started getting blown up here. He could definitely get in that lane because guess what? A majority of people don't care about that
Yeah.
street stuff. They just want to listen to the music, and he has that like straight like crazy, almost like rock type of rap, almost. You know what I mean? Just like that headbanger type of stuff. You know,
Yeah.
which people don't. You know.
I guess he's one of the least talented of all the dudes that I don't even think are talented. He's like the least of the talented.
Yeah, no, and the thing, but he's been honest. He's like, yo, look at the stuff I say.
Sure.
I can make it catchy, and then you know,
Yeah.
but you know, and then to a degree, that dude he has been blackballed, you know, from you know a lot of what he's saying is true. Like he's not. I don't see him. I never saw him in any of my playlists.
Yeah.
Like I never saw that dude in any of my playlists. It was very rare that he was in a playlist. But I mean, he was pushing units and like selling. You know.
I mean, for me, it made sense though because I don't listen to anything that sounds anything remotely close to him. You know what I mean? Like
but like if you look at like the current playlist, like the song was like a #1 song, and he's not in the hits playlist.
Yeah.
Like that's just like a thing, and there's a whole lot of it, like you know, business stuff on the back end too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like you know when.
Well, but the thing is, he was wilding though. He was wilding the whole time. If you want to talk about somebody, like he was wilding the whole fucking time. And he was doing real dumb shit. He was trying to either get shot or get somebody shot the entire time before he started.
That's how he built his brand.
Correct.
Let's be real. The music no longer makes you, you know, who you are. Like how big you are. Like, like I don't know if, you know, I actually think Meg Thee Stallion could rap. Like I think you know she has a nice flow.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is, I don't know. This is all an industry made by, for the most part, producers, right?
Correct. Yeah.
You find, you know, like something you could like you know, put into your thing. I can make millions of dollars off of publishing, blah blah blah. You have that person do all the shows, and then they're marketable.
Correct.
Right? You know, you're not gonna get. I'm pretty sure there's horrendous looking people, you know, at least women who can rap, but they're not gonna they're not gonna get the push just because they don't got the look, right? I mean, even now we're getting to the point where a lot of that's because I feel like there's a lot of ugly dudes who are rapping.
But hip hop is but it's not even just hip hop. The world is a misogynistic thing. It makes sense,
right?
You know what I mean? Like dudes don't have to be. Dudes have been busted forever rapping out here. You know what I mean? I'm upon rest his soul. I mean, he looked crazy. You know, he used to look real crazy out there.
No. I mean, and everyone.
I mean, Tekashi looks fucking crazy. When women say that Lil Wayne is sexy, it's a complete embodiment of the personality because that man is 5'4" and 115 pounds.
Right. But it's all about the how big that person is. Tekashi is bigger than his music.
Yeah.
A lot of these artists are bigger than their music.
Right.
I mean, think about it, bro.
Yeah. A bunch of small men. You know what I mean? Small men.
Yeah. There's no tall guys.
Not a lot of 6-foot rappers out there, except for me. I'm the only one. I think. I'm the one. I think Fat
Jay-Z's tall. Jay-Z's tall.
Yeah, he's 6'2". And he's the GOAT. So it makes sense.
And I would think that this guy's tall too.
He's a Sagittarius too. So I'll add.
Oh my gosh, what's his name? Oh.
Future looks tall. Drake looks tall too.
Yeah. Oh my God, bro. I'm like, why am I Crooked Smile.
Oh, J. Cole. Yeah, he is
J.
tall.
Cole.
Yeah,
I was like, why couldn't I think of his name? Yeah.
He's like
J. Cole, yeah. So you got some tall dudes.
Yeah, but Kendrick is not tall.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz is tall. But you're talking about the basketball players now. Yeah, Master P is tall too. You know what I mean? Cameron is tall. Yeah. They all play basketball too. Something in common.
I know that's how I was going with the basketball.
Yeah, Silk the Shocker.
Yeah. No, that's true. But yeah, like, yeah, I don't know. What's the next thing?
All right, fuck Tory Lanez is my point. All right, Netflix.
Long live Tekashi.
No, fuck him too.
I just want to do it because I know.
I know, you know, he pisses me off. So.
Yeah.
go.
Yo. Won't catch me slipping if I'm actually thinking you're acting different. Manic, spitting sounds of manic depressing. Going through